Bonjour mes amis, this is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki, and today we have the 6th part of our rank series with the Cosmic class. And so just to quickly explain how this works, so this is like a working video in that I'm actually going to figure out the ranking as I do this video. On the left side here I have these little icons, U for utility, A for attack, P for prestige, and D for defense. And I use those to sort of help me give ratings to characters just to get a little context behind my ranking. So like for instance, if we took Silver Surfer, he has amazing prestige, so I put up here. A character that had good prestige I put in the middle, and if a character had okay prestige I put at the bottom. So it's just a little way to give some rankings to each of these characters as I place them in a tier. So without further ado, let's get started. And so, yeah, I think by far and away, the #1 Cosmic is Corvus Glaive. So we'll put him there right at the top. And he has incredible attack. His attack really bursty. I mean, just, can do crits, lots of them very quickly. He's a ramp up champion, and so if you can get him up to 2, 3, 4 missions, his attack just goes through the roof. Add to that all of the SP2, which is extremely hard hitting. Also, he has a lot of utility. Like if you look at our Alliance Quest teams right now, I think 7 out of 10 are running Corvus, and that's because he's immune with his glaive charge, immune to death with his glaive charges active, and so often you can, like if you're about to die, you can pause the game, time out, and he'll have half his health, but he still has all that immunity left, which means you can still do a fair bit of fighting even with very low health. It's a really useful tool. Be interesting to see how they change that. I don't think they're going to change it that dramatically, so I think it'll still remain a pretty good utility he has. And to be honest, I really feel like Corvus belongs in the class by himself. Sort of in this next tier, I'd place Captain Marvel movie. Again, she's incredibly hard hitter. Also is a build-up champion, but you can build her up in the same fight that you're using, and then you can get some carryover, which is really cool. She has good utility. Her utility is very strong. She has the indestructible, the armor breaks, the furies. She has lots of different sort of things that she also does, which makes her really nice to play with. Her prestige is great. I mean, one of the highest in the game, so really solid prestige. She's an okay defender, a little hard because she covers a lot of distance with her basic attack, and her unblockable special 1s and special 2s in binary form are a little challenging to deal with. So, an okay defender. I think it's sort of the same for Corvus too. He's an okay defender too. His unblockable SP2, nothing too hard, but worth placing. And I think Corvus's prestige is okay. It's sort of like the 10.4k range of a 5-star, which is good. Who else? Of course, I think Medusa definitely belongs in this second tier. Again, pretty good attack. She hits relatively hard. I mean, not a top hitting champion, but consistent good damage, puts armor breaks on, lots of utility. She can armor break, she can shut down robots, she can have the Furies, which allows her to auto block if you get hit, so really cool utility. Prestige, not so great. I would say as a defender, she's average. She again can be an annoying defender. Used to be one of the top defenders in the game. Lost that a little bit, but still a good champion. And trying to think, I guess, well, obviously we have to put Hyperion up here too. Another great champion. Really high on the utility. His power gain, along with the different types of specials he can throw, the incinerate, the armor break, and just the massive power gain he gets, and a little bit of regens sneaks in there too to add to his utility. Really good attack. Again, can build up his Furies with his spamming as heavy. Again, just the fact that he can throw so many specials so often helps him a lot. Good defender. Again, that power gain makes him a great defender. And so, yeah, he's also a very good champion as well. I don't think there's anyone else that I'd put with these. Venom the Duck, maybe. Can't quite put him up there. I think I can always sort of anticipate what people would disagree with. I think this will be it, the Venom the Duck. But okay, let's talk about Venom the Duck. So I think he belongs here. Lots of utility, just because you really get to custom design his buffs and then regenerate them every fight. A little bit of a build-up. that you have to do, and you have to sort of rely on sort of the randomness to work in your favor to get it done, and you have to play it correctly to get to what you want. I think Silver Surfer has to be up there as the best prestige champion of the game. Since I value prestige in these rankings, I feel like I absolutely need to include him in this group. You know, he's such great prestige, literally at the top of the game, and so yeah, well worth it just for that. Like this, a couple of good defenders. So Nova, really good on defense, and Vision's really good on defense. Both are interesting characters to play. You know, they both are sort of quirky and take some time to figure out, and I've enjoyed playing with both of them. I would say that I don't feel really like I quite understand them fully, but more, I think the value as defenders. You almost always see them every Alliance war. I'd say same for Annihilus. Again, sort of like, I think that's the trend of this tier so far. It's like quirky, fun characters that are interesting and make good defenders, except for Silver Surfer. A Heimdall, I mean, amazing synergy champion. I mean, you can just, you basically, in Act 6, I got a free revive every fight because of Heimdall. I mean, it's just so good because of that. Hela, I think, is more than a synergy champ, though. You know, I often run her, and people run her because of Corvus, because she gives him that true strike. I mean, on her own, she's a really cool champion, and wow, the damage she can output when she ramps up a little bit with her missions is unbelievable. So a fun champion and a good champion. Is there anyone else who belongs in here? So I think it may be Thor, but I think it's just because I remember him pre 12.0. Carnage. I don't really think I'm going to place anyone else in this tier. But I might change my mind. No, I'm gonna place Venom. Venom is really cool because Venom is he has an amazing unique ability, and that is when he fights spider people, they can't evade, which is great. The evade is super annoying, has a lot of buffs and debuffs, so he's good for nodes that are particular with that. So no, he deserves to be in this tier. Okay, the next tier, let's put in Thor. Still has a great attack, a little lacking on the utility he once had and the strength of his attack, but let's just playing him Incursions the other night, still super fun. Cold Obsidian, I would put here too. Again, huge damage, arguably the highest damage in the game, but is very, very glass cannon, like the extreme idea of a glass cannon. Carnage, I just don't play with Carnage much at all, so there's a little bit more in just my perception of him, but I feel like he's fun to play, does a lot of interesting things. Terrax is an okay enough defender that he belongs, I think, in this list. Same with SpiderMan, give him the Cosmic SpiderMan, give him a little bit of worth because, you know, again, like all the spider people, is a reasonable defender because of his evades. Anyone else who belongs here? I think Hela and Angela I should put here because Hela, you can build her up with Furies. I think she can do a lot of damage, and Angela sort of is like a mini version of Venom. Can put lots of buffs and debuffs, well, mostly buffs on herself, has some regen, can be good for certain situations in this game, and is a fun character to play. And now let's take a look at this last group. Anyone, you know, I'm gonna put Ronan up here in this tier just because, I mean, he has that situational use when he can stun lock with really high number of buffs, and then just like, even as like a 3-star rank 1, you can just stun lock them and kill them just by always having them stunned. So his that ability alone, I think, warrants him being here. Okay, now we have this group. I don't think, I could almost make a play for this. I'm gonna do this. I think Phoenix, again, since I'm valuing prestige, I think she deserves to be up here. I mean, she's a high prestige champion, and so that gets her up here. And then we have this last tier, which are, again, the characters that are good to play, but I don't know if they give you fun to play. I don't know if they really give you anything exceptional in the game. And let's just go run through them. The original Captain Marvel, yep, I mean, she and Miss Marvel are basically the same character. King Groot, maybe I could make a play for him 1 level up. He does have some interesting utility. I do see him on defense enough. Okay, we're gonna move King Groot up there. Well done, King Groot. I see him enough on defenses, and he has enough, I think, utility that there's a few places where he's actually good. Superior Iron Man is just another one of the Iron people who is very, very average. Venom Pool, yeah, if he disappeared from the game, I would not even notice him. Drax, he has some cool abilities, but they don't really do anything exceptional compared to others. The champion, yeah, I'm gonna move him up a rank too. I think champion, again, he's value on defense, and he has some interesting abilities that then probably make it worth him being up a level. Groot is Groot. I am Groot. Thanos, yeah, very, very rare. Almost, yeah, much more of just a unicorn than anything else. And finally, Black Bolt, great synergy champion. Actually fun to play, but yeah, again, does not give you anything exceptional. So I think this is our tier list. So we have Corvus on top, just crazy damage dealer, really incredible utility that helps a lot in Alliance Quest. Then we have the next level, which are all like really strong characters with a lot of utility, all reasonably good defenders. They basically have it all. You know, great for many different pieces of content in this game. The next level, I felt like that was the quirky level, where they all had interesting things about them and sort of pretty unique features. A lot of them good defenders, but yeah, it's a really interesting tier that they're just sort of cool, unique characters. Next level after that are usable characters that are fun to play and have good use in the game from some aspect, whether it's prestige like Phoenix, or Tarax on defense, or Cold Obsidian for crazy damage. All of them have, you know, some element that makes them cool and interesting. And then the bottom team is the usual, the very average champions who aren't particularly relevant to the game as far as any type of content. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, as always, please leave comments. I love seeing the people's opinions on my rankings. And yeah, this I actually think I'm going to do one more video, so stay tuned for another tier video coming in the future. It'll be a big surprise what it is, but hope you've enjoyed this video, hope you've enjoyed this series, and I had a great time making it. And yeah, it's great fun. Thank you for all the people who watch me on stream, because it's really their recommendations that I did this. So this is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki, wishing you a good day. Bandjone.